Wahid, everybody knows a little bit about it. Wahid, yuwahid, Tawheed. But the terminology of Tawheed, meaning the technical terminology of Tawheed, many of the ulama have given different definitions. Some of them have said, Ifrad Allah bi ibadah, to single Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when it comes to worship, etc. But for me, what I think is the most profound definition of Tawheed, and this is very important for two reasons, and I'll explain those two reasons after I give you the definition. Ifrad Allah bima yakhtassu bih, to single out Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for those things which are specific to Him and His rights. Why is this important? Number one, what are the rights of Allah? You might find a definition of Tawheed where somebody says, and this has been mentioned by the ulama, I'm not belittling it, but some of them will say, for example, Ifrad Allah bi ibadah, meaning to single out Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in acts of worship. But that definition doesn't include al-rububiyyah, it doesn't include al-asma wa sifat. Therefore, the second definition, Ifrad Allah bima yakhtassu bihi, those things which are specific only to Allah, are those three things. Al-rububiyyah, which is lordship. Al-uluhiyyah, which is worship. And al-asma wa sifat, which are names and attributes. So from this definition, we learn those things which are specific to Him. What are those things? These are the three categories of Tawheed, which I'm sure everybody is familiar with. Now this is very important, because people will say, look, you are Wahhabis, you are Takfir, etc. Now look here. If a person disobeys Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in something which is not specific to him, we will say he's a Muslim. We will say he's a Muslim. May Allah protect us. A person drinks. A person does ghiba. A person engages in riba. Is he Muslim, not Muslim? Muslim. Why? Because he hasn't transgressed against those things which are specific to Allah. So we'll say you have been disobedient to Him. He is your Lord, He is your Master. But you haven't transgressed the bounds of which would then take you outside the fold of Islam. So now a person worships someone at the graves, may Allah protect us. And this person takes riba. What's the difference? He's disobeying. Why is he fallen into kufr and shirk and he is fallen into disobedience? The difference is this definition here. This person has transgressed the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which are specific to him, either in lordship, worship, or names and attributes. Whereas this person hasn't done that. He has disobeyed Allah, but he hasn't disobeyed Allah in something which is specific to him. Understand the difference there? Very important that. Right. With that then we can understand. Now again, here what we're explaining here is the Aqeedah of Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah. We're explaining Tawheed. But this is actually very important. And the reason why is because many of the deviant sects, they don't have Tawheed. Wallahi Nadeem, I mean, I'm not saying that you should go out there and debate with people and test it, but you can try it for yourself. Ask a person, what is Tawheed? Most of the deviant sects say for you to recognize Allah, meaning if you recognize Allah, that's it, you got Tawheed. But that can't be correct. Why not? Iblis recognizes Allah. Fir'aun recognized Allah. The Jews and the Christians recognized Allah. The Quraysh recognized it. They knew Allah existed. That can't be correct. Another group of people have said Tawheed means La Khaliq illallah. This is well known from the Maturidi and the Ash'ari and other deviant sects. They have said that Tawheed means that there is only one creator. Again, the people that we've just mentioned, the categories that we've just mentioned, they would affirm those things as well. That cannot be the definition. The people of Takfir, they will say, La Hakim illallah. There is no legislator except Allah. Okay, khalas, there is no legislator except. But then what about rububiyyah? What about uluhiyyah? What about worship? What about asma wa sifat? Therefore, this definition, not only are you benefiting from what is Tawheed, but you're also then benefiting and understanding that this is the Sirat al-Mustaqim. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has favored you from being from those people who have no idea what Tawheed is. Another thing now which is connected to this definition and the Sirat al-Mustaqim and the correct understanding of Tawheed is for you then to understand that Tawheed, or shirk should I say, which is now, okay, now shirk is when a person has transgressed one of those. Lordship, worship, names and attributes. Why? Because he has gone against the definition or the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.